Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about rhetorical devices such as irony, sarcasm, satire, and understatements, and how to determine what a speaker really means when they use them. Let's start with some definitions. Irony is essentially when reality differs from expectations. This can be expressed through dramatic, situational, or verbal irony. For instance, telling a quiet group of people to not all talk at once would be an example of verbal irony. Sarcasm is using irony as a form of mocking. Telling someone you think their painting looks great when you actually think it looks terrible would be an example of this. Satire is similar, but it uses irony to mock the stupidity of something in order to make a point. Political cartoons are a popular form of satire, as well as the Calvin and Hobbes cartoons. And finally, understatements are describing something as less than they actually are. They are the opposite of hyperboles. Looking out at a storm and saying it's drizzling a bit would be an understatement. It's important to understand these terms so we can decipher what characters mean when they are used in literature. When we know what is actually being said, we can get insights into the characters, plot, and tone of the story. One notable example of dramatic irony in fiction is the poison plot in Romeo and Juliet. We as readers know that Juliet is not really dead, but Romeo does not. When he kills himself, we know that this could have been prevented if only he knew the same way we do that Juliet is alive. Let's look at one more example of sarcasm. After Elizabeth turns down Mr. Darcy's proposal in Pride and Prejudice, she tells him that she has taken an interest in Mr. Wickham's misfortunes. Mr. Darcy responds with, "His misfortunes, yes, his misfortunes have been great indeed." Mr. Darcy clearly detests Mr. Wickham, so we know that he doesn't actually think he's experienced great misfortunes. This scene from the 2005 movie lets us see Mr. Darcy's sarcasm through his tone.
And what about Mr. Wickham?
Mr. Wickham.
What excuse can you give for your behaviour towards him?
You take an eager interest in that gentleman's
He
concerns.
told me of his misfortunes.
Oh, yes, his misfortunes have been very great indeed.
You ruin his chances and yet you treat him with sarcasm.
Hopefully this helped you all further understand these types of literary devices so you can analyze them in literature and even your everyday lives, because they are everywhere.